You try to understand that whenever you are reading about the yoga of knowledge, you are reading a science of the mind, the powers of the mind, which also includes your Chaitya Purusha, or your psychic being, who is a part of the mind. So these are the four things. The materialistic physical body has been thoroughly understood by the doctors. Every part of our body is known by the doctors. And they can control it, they can change the heart, they can change any part of your body. So what has happened is, we know the physical forces, but not the subtle physical forces. And this subtle physical force is the Pranamaya Kosha, which is controlled by the life forces. So between life forces and physical forces is the subtle physical forces, a link between matter and desire. And then you have the mind forces. So you remember, this force is yoga of knowledge, Jnana Yoga. This force, life forces come, this subtle part of it. Subtle part of physical forces is known as the Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, devotion. And physical forces is, of course, is the Kriya Yoga or Karma Yoga. So what we are reading is how your evolution is controlled by these three. By your physical actions, by your desires, by your thoughts. If you know the evolution, and you remember when we are talking about the evolution, we are talking about millenniums, not only a few years or 100 years. We go for thousands of years. That is what Yuga is. And unfortunately, we do not even think about the next day's evolution in ourselves. We think about the evolution in the promotion or in some other way we want to develop. This you please be very clear when we are talking about the yogas. Jnana Yoga means you are understanding the laws of mind, which also includes the psychic being, which will help you to understand, to grow in the evolution. This is the stress we should give when you are reading this chapter. You don't try to read it as something hazy. There is nothing hazy in it. You know, even uncertainty is a law physically. In science, we read about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. And how science can be uncertain, but it is a principle there. We read it and we give 20 marks to the student who writes the equation correctly. So similarly, you may be feeling a bit hazy, and I will see that you will feel it really hazy because I am going to skip some slides. But it won't be hazy if you can remember this point. When you are reading about the Jnana Yoga, you should know to apply your mind forces to your day-to-day life and speed up your evolution. If you can't do it, you should do it. You should study for that. That is where the theory becomes important. Right? So thoughts, Jnana Yoga, desires, Bhakti Yoga, actions, Karma Yoga. Next. Now, we are talking about the mind, the vital body, and the physical body. But again, we should always remember that even though you think you are thinking, you are desiring, and you are acting, really speaking, you are a helpless creature in the descending powers that come from the higher planes. The original determinants of things are here, and if they were called down in their fullness, could altogether alter the whole make and economy of the life in the material universe. So not only it is the mental powers that descend, and when I say the mental powers, I don't mean only your mind's powers. There is a mental plane which works. The powers of the mind work in the mental plane in which your Manomaya Purusha is a part. We are not aware of those powers. Similarly, in your Pranamaya Purusha, the entire vital plane forces act. Are you aware of it? You are only aware of your desires, your thoughts. So this is the stress. The secretly, and from there, secretly descend influences, descending I think it should be, powers, touches, which are the original determinings of things. Now am I able to convey what I am trying to tell? You are aware of the Manomaya Purusha, you are aware of the Pranamaya Purusha, you are aware of the Annamaya Purusha. Is this clear? But these are also dual in nature. One is the outer Annamaya Purusha and the other is the inner Annamaya Purusha. One is the outer Pranamaya Purusha and the other is the inner Pranamaya Purusha. And the other is the outer Manomaya Purusha and the inner Manomaya Purusha, the surface being. We individuals are aware only of the external Purusha. If we can look in, tremendous powers are there, because the outer being is controlled only by the physical powers. But the moment you look in, what happens? All these powers, and from nowhere, which if you put the comma after W becomes now here, is it not? Nowhere the powers are coming. But where are they? Now here. Just a shift in the comma. That is what this slide is telling for you to understand. You try to understand that we are talking of a real forces, real powers. There is nothing hazy in it. There is nothing theoretical in it. There is nothing philosophical in it. It is a pure science, as good a science as chemistry is, physics is, etc., etc. Next. Now, two things may happen. Once you go in, you can be so lured by the different powers and glories that come before your eyes unasked, that you may do not want to come back again to this world. Many scientists live like that. Many ascetics live like that. Many successful persons are only aware of their inner lives. They are not at all aware of their outer lives. And that is why sometimes it is said that all genius are mad people. And sometimes the psychologists accept that also. But they are not mad. What is actually happening is they have become a part of these powerful vibrations which a common man cannot vibrate to. Am I clear? Next. Whoever is able to detect and renounce those obscuring agencies now. Yes?
That's like now, previous was
Show it again.
previous to that, about 5-6 slides have been left out.
No, not yet. What I have left, you will get it with a square brackets. I have indicated them with square brackets. I was very particular about that because the matter is important, but the time is not. Therefore, I am giving you the gist of it, how you should look at it. Whenever you read about Jnana Yoga, what are you reading? The laws of thought, power, control. That is the difference between a yogi and a normal man. A normal man does not know the science behind the thoughts. So when you are studying the Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, you understand Karma Yoga, physical laws, but not physical laws. We say the Annamaya Purusha's laws and Annamaya planes laws. And then we have the Pranamaya Purusha and the Pranamaya plane laws. With sometimes Aurobindo adds a word occult plane, occult vital plane, occult mental plane. But let us not try to first now understand where does he differentiate between an occult pranamaya plane and a pranamaya plane, because we don't want to go into the subtleties, but I am pointing it out because